Peace and blessings, everyone. It is I, Coach Ed, and I'm here today to bring you another Coach Ed's game strategy. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be focusing on a game strategy or a game in week one of the NFL kickoff and some of the strategies that are going to be used in the context of this game. So, it's going to be a really exciting episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So, just to give you a little insight, this is going to be the New York Football Giants, their offensive tackles versus the Dallas Cowboys, their edge rushers. So I've broken down a few films, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at that. So let's go ahead and bring that up. Right. All right. So with this, like I said, we're going to be diving into the game between the Giants and the Cowboys. Now, I've taken a look at some of the film from last year and I've broken them down, going to give you some of the strategies that the players use in terms of how they play the position, how what they would do in terms of attacking the opposition. So, let's go ahead and get ready to dive into this and have a great time breaking it down. So, if you're new to this channel, just make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, and everyone make sure that you share and like this episode. Let's get this out into the algorithm. It's free and it helps me continuously grow my channel. So thank you. So again, like I said, we're going to talk about some of the techniques that the players are using, some of the things that I've noticed that they're doing, good and bad, in reference to this breakdown. So we're going to head and take a look at the first play when it comes up. It's going to be in reference to Andrew Thomas. So these first set of clips are going to be primarily about Andrew Thomas, and the last set will be about Evan Neal. All right. In this first set, you're going to see Andrew Thomas. Let's back it up just a touch here. Okay, so what we're going to see here is you're going to see Andrew Thomas work his way towards Micah Parsons. Now, in doing so, he's going to attack the outside shoulder of Micah Parsons. And in doing so, he's going to give up the inside alley and he gets beat there. So now DJ completed it to Barkley, but ultimately that was um, Andrew Thomas giving up his inside shoulder. Now, this one, the next play, you're going to see how he quickly engages with Parsons, and then he's going to continue riding him upfield and around DJ. And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see once he engages, inside hand controlling, but outside hand on the hip or the side part of his body, gaining complete control. I'll back it up just a touch so you can see it again. All right, so he engages. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back that up one more time. So as Andrew Thomas works his way out, takes his normal 3 steps, kicks, gets his left hand on the inside plate of Parsons, but his right hand is riding the the outside or the inside part of Parsons from his side to his hip. And this way you have a better control of the defender, able to ride him up the field, which is exactly what he did, allowing DJ to have a pocket and get the pass downfield. So this next play, he's opening inside on his 3rd step, and he gets beat to the inside again. So Parsons does a good job setting him up and then stepping right into the inside. So let's take a look at that one more time. And what you're going to see, Parsons does a great job. Now, this is from the previous sets of play that he saw that he can get to the inside, and he's using a certain level of finesse. He's not going to try and go up against him mano a mano. And there he goes. Now, this is a screenplay which takes advantage of that, but ultimately, that's what you saw that he did with uh, Thomas. He beat him on that play here. All right, now this next play, he's working slow to Parsons, but he's beat on the outside. Now, ultimately, you're going to see two clips of this. The first one just shows how he's beat to the outside. You're seeing right now Dallas has a four-man front. All right, so you have three on the second level, and then basically there's four on the third level. So, but ultimately, you want to see Thomas at the left tackle versus Parsons at the right edge position. Now, once we get into play, Andrew Thomas is beat right off of the edge. Now he does work back to push him past DJ, but ultimately he's beat. Now what you're going to see here is when he kicks back. Right now, Andrew Thomas is looking inside. He's not looking or eyeing outside the Parsons. That's why I initially said to you, they're working with a forefront. That interior alignment, defense alignment, should go to the left guard. But Thomas eyes him on the outside and then eventually works his eyes to the outside, which contributes to him getting beat. So he needs to do a better job of working his eye levels and identifying who he's supposed to block overall, because he had no threat initially. So we can also go back a little bit just to take a look at this. Here we go. Now, as you see what I'm talking about right now, there's Thomas right here. He has Parsons on the outside. 92 is walking up, but he has no threat from the linebackers. Once you see how the linebackers are playing, they're not coming. So Thomas, his eyes work slow to the outside to get to Parsons, which contributes to him ultimately getting beat. So, and that's where this clip, you see how his eyes are there, and then works inside, then works to the outside. Needs to do a better job in paying attention to his blocking assignment ultimately. So now here, what we're seeing is they did not come with any outside pressure. They lined. Let's go back and take a look. It shows that they're coming, because as you see, we have four. We have the linebackers squeezed down. Previously, they were about 4.5 yards back, but here they're roughly about 3 yards from the line of scrimmage, so that's also an indicator. So here, edge drops, but he adjusts, blocking Parsons, and then there's a good job of setting up a pocket for DJ to step and throw the ball. Now you're going to see another angle from the back, and here it is. Parsons is right there, and here comes Andrew Thomas. They picked that up, picked everything up inside, giving DJ a good pocket that he can step up and throw the ball downfield to an open receiver. So that's a good job in terms of Andrew Thomas, in terms of the eye discipline that I was just speaking about previously. All right, so here he's going to do a good job of occupying and not allowing Parsons to get outside, because it was a swing to Barkley. So that's sometimes what you want to do. Here he does a good job in clamping the outside shoulder, but Parsons flares off to pick up the running back, but he's stalled in terms of the block. Now this is a down block. Thomas does a great job of staying with the interior defensive lineman, allowing DJ to go one-on-one with Parsons and get the ball up over Parsons for a pass completion. Here, you're going to have Andrew Thomas pretty much doing the same thing, down block, riding, and this is in the run game. He's down blocks and allowing Barkley to get downfield. Let me go back in and pull that up for us so we could take a look at that. So here we go. And just a little bit more. Okay, so here we go. We're going to watch Andrew Thomas engage. pushing, working his way to the outside, and then the rest of the line doing a good job of opening an alley for Barkley. This is one of the things that the Giants are going to have to do. Now, Andrew Thomas is sealing to the outside because Breida now is running up inside to the off tackle spot. So those are the two plays that I was talking about in terms of the run, what the Giants need to do in terms of um, working attacking the Cowboys in the run game. So now here, he's going to do a good job in terms of his pass blocking. Let's go ahead and run the play. Takes his proper steps, kick, engage, good base. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time. And here we go. Okay, you see kicks, turns, engages, hands right into the shoulder, controlling the edge rusher. Now these are going to be on Evan Neal. Okay, and we're going to identify. Now I know this game he did not have an overly great game against the Cowboys, but there were some things that he did do well. So here, this is going to be a screen action where he's engaged with Parsons. He allowed Parsons to work inside, but that's because it was a screen action going towards the outside. So let's go ahead and take a look. Kick. Parsons inside. He rides. Barkley slips out. Does a good job keeping Parsons occupied and not being able to turn and get into the play and make securing his play or stopping his play for the big gain that it was. So here, what you're going to see is Parsons is going to bull rush him, but what he does now. Initially, it said like with Andrew Thomas, Parsons did not want to bull rush. He was trying to see what he could do with Evan Neal, but you see that Evan Neal is a big man, and it's hard to bull rush him. So he works with a good set, and he gets a strong base, and he stalls the bull rush. So let's go ahead here and take a look. All right, Parsons is coming off of the top on the edge. Evan Neal is at the right tackle spot. And as you see, he kicks out, does a good job, sets with a good base, and allows DJ to get the pass off. All right, so it was very difficult for Parsons to basically do that. Now, this next play is going to be an RPO. All right, now he's going to work to the edge on the outside, and he's in proper positioning. But the run doesn't come towards him. It goes away from him because of the numbers. So, but the bottom line is, Neal is in proper position to occupy the edge rusher and allow for a big play to happen down the field. So, all right, here he's engaged with Parsons. Parsons is coming maximum protection, but he basically engages and rides Parsons up the field. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about, I'm going to bring this back for you guys. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and retake a look at this play. Let me just make sure I get it queued up right. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to see Neal engage. The Cowboys are bringing 7 players. The Giants are actually keeping 7 players in to help in the pass blocking. Now, because Evan Neal engages and works Parsons to the outside, unfortunately, Daniel Jones did not have the ability to step up into the pocket because of the pressure. He had to slide to his left. But ultimately, Evan Neal did a good job in his blocking assignment. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at this. You're going to see how he engages with Parsons. He kicks, engages right there, riding, but see, DJ has nowhere to step up, and he has to roll to his left and get rid of the ball. But ultimately, that was a good job by Evan Neal. Now here, we're going to see him going up against Lawrence. Now, one of the things that he cannot do, he cannot overreach. Because what Lawrence did here, he set him up. He came, he attacked, he slow rolled it. Then he jumped when Evan Neal started to lean forward and was slightly off balance. So he was not going to be able to quickly readjust to block. So he's kicks, stutter, boom, jump to the outside, and here we go. DJ steps up. Now he does make a play, take off downfield, but ultimately, what Evan Neal did is he got beat on that play. So, and the last one that we're going to talk about is ultimately he's going up against Parsons, and he does a great job. He rides him. He pushes him right around DJ, allowing DJ to step up. Now he had pressure everywhere else, but ultimately that's not on Evan Neal. So those are just some of the things I wanted to talk about in terms of what we saw there on the film. Now, in terms of the strategy, Neal and Andrew Thomas, yes, they definitely have to step up their game. They did not play the greatest games last year in those games, but what they have to do is play with good, fundamentally sound technique. Now, you saw the games that Dallas was playing with, trying to go inside, outside, things of that nature. Now, our tackles, the Giants tackles, have to be better, but they can definitely, as you saw, they are able to play and position themselves in a manner that they can be successful. All they have to do is play within the concept of the offense, and they'll be able to handle whatever type of pressure Dallas brings off of the edge. So, those are just some of the strategies that I wanted to talk about. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Game Strategy. I hope you guys enjoy the game and look for some of the same strategies that I was just talking about. And remember, in sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it off. Peace.